It's Sunday afternoon. You open the investment app you downloaded 18 months ago and see a balance of about $4,200. You've been responsible, putting money in every month, never touching it, and yet, looking at that number, you feel almost nothing, just a vague, hollow sense of stagnation. You've heard the stories about the miracle of compounding, but your reality feels entirely different. There's no excitement here. The progress is so slow it feels invisible, like you're throwing money into a void and waiting for a signal that never comes. This is where the doubt starts. You wonder if you picked the wrong funds or started too late. It's hard to stay the course when you see friends making flashy money flipping houses or chasing the latest speculative stock, while your own balance creeps forward at a glacial pace. The brutal irony of this boredom is that it's a trap. It causes the vast majority of people to abandon their strategy, cash out, or stop contributing right as the groundwork is being finished, just before the math actually begins to work. The system isn't broken, your expectations are. There is a specific mathematical threshold where the entire equation flips. If you don't know where that moment is, you will almost certainly make the expensive mistake of giving up right before you reach it. Think of early compounding like packing a snowball at the top of a hill. Right now, you are doing 100% of the work. Your hands are cold, the progress is manual, and gravity is contributing nothing to the effort. Maya invests $500 monthly at a 10% return. By year 5, she contributed $30,000, with the market adding just $8,000. By year 10, she puts in $60,000, hitting $95,000 total. Growth starts, but manual savings still heavily dominate. During this first decade, market growth is largely a background character. The portfolio size is almost entirely a reflection of Maya's raw, manual saving effort. This is why these years feel so exhausting. You're the one doing the heavy lifting. The question is, when does the snowball get large enough for the hill to take over? When do the physics of the market finally start doing the work for you? Between years 12 and 15 is the inflection point. Market returns finally exceed annual contributions. By year 20, Maya's input of $120,000 balloons to $340,000. By year 30, her $180,000 becomes nearly $1 million. Crossing this specific mathematical threshold is what transforms a portfolio from a stagnant savings account into an unstoppable, self-sustaining wealth machine. Understanding the math is easy, but surviving the 12 to 15-year wait to reach that flip is the hardest part of the journey. The danger lies in how we measure progress. If you measure an $8,000 balance against $1 million goal, you are mathematically and emotionally guaranteeing a sense of failure. The gap is too wide to sustain your motivation. To survive, you have to stop tracking the outcome and start tracking the process. Forget the total dollars. Instead, obsess over your contribution rate and the number of months you've invested without skipping. This shift is your only defense against the greatest threat: panic selling during a market crack to zero. Since you have no control over market returns in the early years, your only job is to ignore the scoreboard and focus entirely on the act of packing the snow. The physics of the inflection point apply to almost every aspect of life where progress builds on itself. This same delayed growth curve governs how we master a new language, build a business, or grow an audience from scratch. The directive is simple: automate your investments, refuse to check the balance every day, and protect your time horizon like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. For those starting later in life, the math still works. Your timeline is compressed and requires more aggressive inputs, but the mechanics of the inflection point remain intact. Starting late is always better than not starting at all. Lasting wealth isn't the product of high intelligence or perfect timing. It requires the radical patience to let the invisible machine turn on, and the discipline to stay completely out of its way.